for the Leon. There you go. Nice, Doctor.
I clicked the wrong button. Oh, and I'm hearing yours. There he goes. I heard the Dr. Pepper twice. What's good, guys?
Hey.
It's your boy Leon, always doing the most just for the smoke. And today we're gambling for my birthday. Gambling with friends.
We gamble our friends.
Well, hold on. I don't know if I want to gamble my friends because I have some cool friends. So we probably won't do that, but we will gamble with our friends. I think we could do. We're fine with doing that. Um, am I feeling lucky? Yes.
I will host the game.
Oh God. Wait, I have to. Oh, closing the game.
What?
I lost the 50-50 flip and it closed my game.
Amazing. I'm hosting a game.
Okay,
I
wait.
just...
I have to get on. I have to get on first.
Invite to game.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting in. Yeah, no. Dang it! It closed my game again.
What?
Yeah.
Does your computer just not want to gamble?
No, like, wait, how are you already in? It's like, I had to flip a coin. Did you already flip the coin?
I flipped the coin.
How many times did you flip it?
Oh. No, it doesn't have the chance to not let you.
Oh my god! My god. 3 times in a row! It closed my game 3 times! I got, it was so hard that it just told me 3 times. It gave me an achievement. It gave me an achievement for are you feeling lucky? Yes, I am lucky. Thank you. I'm finally in the game. Be worthy enough to play our game. Oh, this is the best. I've never played this. Hello. Hello, Raining.
Yo.
Okay, you said you hosted a game. I'm finally here.
Yeah, I'm hosting the game.
All right, I'm here. Now, if they have a blackjack's table.
Oh god,
oh
I hear
god.
an echo.
I do
Hold
too.
Hold on. Audio.
Maybe. Oh wait.
Proximity. Turn it to push to talk so that we don't hear each other.
Okay, we're doing that. 1 second. You said audio. Push to talk. Okay, I'm gonna turn down mine a little bit just so I can play. Yeah, I'm good. Oh god. Oh.
Yeah, I don't have anything in there unlocked, so you probably don't either.
Yeah, I just opened the game for the first time, so can I not change my color? Do I have to be yellow?
Do I have to be orange?
That's what I want to know.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's see.
Hey.
Ah! Punch the shit out of me! Wait, I found it! Wait, I found the colors! Cool, I could be purple. Eggs, yeah. Ow, wait! No, wait! Ow! Wait!
You can't
Sir,
even
please.
get mad at me because with this bat, I helped us find the colors.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you have to smack me.
It does.
No, wait,
it does.
wait. I swear. I got a bat too. What you gonna, wait, no.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Ah, wait. What? Who's calling us? Wait, pick up your phone. What the heck is this? Answer.
Oh, now we can go Gamba.
What? That's it?
It unlocked the Gamba ink.
Where's the Gamba?
And we have to go in this.
Oh, we gotta go in the
This
van?
is like the starting area. Oh my god, there's a whole fucking chess set.
Oh, bet. Let's play some chess. You know how to play chess?
Yes.
Let's play some chess real quick. You want the whites or the blacks?
White moves first?
White moves first.
Go ahead.
Okay.
There's no horse pieces, it just says horse.
I don't know how to put stuff down. How do I? Okay, cool. There you go. This is good training.
Thank you.
This is riveting gameplay.
No.
Let's see.
The most exciting.
Let's do. There's. Oh, okay. Wait, no. Let me not do that. Let me not do that. Let's do. Actually, yeah. Let's do this.
Or
No, wait. Right here. Ah, I'm trying to put it in the right spot. There you go.
you. Can your piece go over your own piece?
No.
Pieces
Well,
can't go over your own piece.
Well, horses can, but not bishops or
Okay.
or castles.
I moved. Your turn.
Okay. Let's open.
I know you all came here to watch us gamble, but
Yeah, we're gambling. We're gambling with chess pieces right now. Riveting gameplay for my birthday. I like chess. This is a nice game. Oh, they have checker pieces too. I just noticed that over there behind me. That's so funny. Okay, let's see.
This is very amusing.
Let's go ahead and put that there. Boom. You know where I was going for. You know what I'm picking up when I put it down.
Am I picking up what you?
Yeah, I hope so.
Put. Might be losing my mind a little bit.
Are you losing your mind?
Yeah.
Okay,
But I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and free this one up. Moop.
You go.
Thank you. Well, that's where you're putting it.
Yeah.
What are you going for? Let's see. Interesting. Okay.
But I move randomly. I don't.
You're like, I don't know where it goes.
Do not assume there is strategy to my behavior.
I see.
Yeah.
You want me to take that away? Oh, you got it. Damn, you chunked that bitch. God damn. All right.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm gonna chunk this shit out too. Mink. You know what's crazy? I forgot where it was. Oh, right here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I can't see. Maybe I should put my chat in a better spot. Hold on.
You can't fucking see.
No, I can't see.
Ventus Resonant, wish you a happy birthday.
Oh no, but they did a redeem, but I can't see what the redeem is.
Oh, I can't either.
Hold on.
Right.
I gotta go to mine. It's my turn, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm gonna take my turn while I figure that out. I'm gonna go ahead and chunk yo shit away. Alright. I don't know how to get to my chat. I forgot. How do I get to oh, it's right here.
It's your turn again.
It's my turn already? Oh, I can't see what the fuck it was. What was it? God dang it. Oh, I can't curse. It was a good thing I said god dang it. That's not a curse.
We're literally gambling.
Huh?
You can't curse, but we're literally gambling.
Yeah.
Why can't you curse?
It's my redeem. I can't curse.
Oh.
Let's get that out of here. And I'm gonna put mink. Hey, at least I'm not greed.
Plot or otherwise.
Greed.
Plot or otherwise.
Plot or otherwise?
Pot.
Pot? Pot of greed. Ah, yes. In my next turn, I play pot of green and I get 2 pawns. don't know if it's my turn or not. I forgot.
Mine.
Serious? Okay.
Turn's done. Your turn.
Put D right here.
On the black, right?
It's
on the black space, right?
That is correct. It is a D. I thought you just said it cut out, so it said, "You're on the black, right?" And I was like, "You're on the blacks, right?" And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute,
Huh?
wait a second."
Oh. Wait a minute.
Hold up now.
Your turn.
All right, cool. I'm getting rid of this mink.
Excuse?
Bishop.
Ah, shit.
I
didn't even see that. Well, fuck your bishop.
That's fine. I got rid of the queen. There can only be one.
Yeah, you like playing chess. I like never play chess.
Oh wait, you can't. Oh wait, yes you can. Never mind. I didn't see the pawn in between us.
Yeah, there's a fucking pawn. Bitch. This is the bodyguard.
Let's get
You
this
take out
one
the
out.
bodyguard, the king is just gonna kill you.
You take out the bodyguard and the king pulls out a gun. No, he pulls out a fucking knife. Ah, dang it. Alright, I gotta do a punishment wheel. I did curse. Ah, god dang it. What's the punishment? What's the punishment? Do I even have it on here? You said it's my turn? 1 second, I gotta bring out my punishment wheel. Oi, come back out here. Thank you, mate.
Oi.
Or is it here? I don't know where I put stuff. Where did I put stuff? Ow! Stop! Wait! Streaming. Spin the wheel. Alright. The punishment wheel. Log me in so I can spin my dang wheel. Okay, I'll spin the wheel. You said it's my turn? What? Where'd half the board go? Did you break all of them?
I win.
Alright, let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Where are we going to gamble? Are we going in the truck? Oh, we go in here? Alright.
Get in the. I win.
Get in the car. Get in the car. I don't know if I can say an Australian accent. I apparently have to do an Australian accent for at least 5 minutes. But I don't know if this is Australian.
That's not fucking Australian.
That's not Australian. Shrimp on the Barbie.
Say good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
There you go.
Good eye, mate.
Come on, man.
On my way. I'm on my way.
Oh, you're not good at this.
You put this on here for me, mate. Nope, that's the UK.
Yeah, blackjack.
Okay. Ooh, blackjack. Wait, how much money do we got? Okay, you do that blackjack. I do this blackjack. Oh god, I'm stuck. Why am I stuck?
What?
Okay. Play. Oh, minimum. Okay,
wait,
we're gonna get.
How did it go down? Ah. Play. Hit me.
Oh, I gotta hit E.
And?
550.
Yay!
Okay, that's a 15. Let's hit. That's a 21. Hegs, yeah. I'm at 100. Okay, let me do something that's not luck based. Let's do another 50. And we're gonna just spin the wheel.
Hit me. Hit me again. Oh, stand.
Oh, I got time 0. Well, we have broken even.
Ah, fuck.
Okay.
What a
Times 5! Yeah! Oh, we almost made quota. We almost made quota off of that.
Red. Play.
0.5? Ah, 0. Okay. It's exact. Come on, dude.
Right?
Spin again.
Yay!
Oh, that's still kind of bad. I made no money.
Put it all on red.
Why are we are negative. We are negative. You are almost negative 200. The only reason we're breaking even is because of me.
Yeah.
I'm clear. 100. We're gonna bet 100. Who's next to me? Bro, get away from me. I'm betting on Wheel of Fortune, mate.
Yeah.
God dang it. I lost that one. Spend a lot of money on floor 1. Tom's oh, god dang it. I almost got that one.
Me.
I am now in the negatives. I'm gonna get away from this table. This is the worst. Thank you, millennial. Emergencies only rob the place. What is this? Oh, is this craps? I don't know how to play craps. How do you play craps?
No.
Well, it says minimum is 40, so let's go on and do it. That's a 1. That's a 6. Is that a win? I don't know. We're bad at this game, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna bet 50 on red.
Ah.
Whoops, I bet 5 on red. I want to spend the whole 50 on red. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I got red. Cool. Oh my god, Virus, I just looked at the money pool. Virus, how are we 1,000 in the hole? How are we in 1,000 in the hole? Oh my god.
Really bad at whatever this is.
Oh my god, we gotta pick something we're good at. We gotta find something we're
We
good
got
at.
a minute.
Oh shit, we have a minute left. Oh, we're dead. We gotta go into hiding, bro. We gotta go into hiding.
It's a fantastic game to show you the dangers of gambling.
Nice. Okay. Maybe if I bet bid. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna bet.
Okay.
I'm gonna bet. All or nothing. 200. Let's go. Stand. Shit.
Why did
Alright.
you stand on 15?
Alright, we gotta break. Where's the bat at? Where's the bat? Virus, where's the bat? It's an emergency. Where is it?
Don't know.
Baseball
I don't
bat.
think
It's an emergency. It's an emergency. We gotta rob them. Ah, well, go home.
We lost $1,000.
Alright. I got the bat. We're fine. We're walking. Oh, god dang it.
I got the other bat.
Alright, we're good. I think we're good. Stats for day 1.
Oh no.
Alright, this is a good first day.
Sure.
I can't believe that you went negative 700.
My fucking chart is horrifying, man. My chart.
In case of reckless gamblers, use the bat, Mr. Booth. Alright, I got the bat. Oh god.
We don't got the bat.
It says get in!
They
If I
got
wanna get in.
guns.
Oh, they do got guns. Well, yeah, I gotta go.
Dead.
Ah, yeah. Game
We got
over.
shot.
We didn't even get to day 2. I'm gonna turn on the
No,
AC.
we did not.
I'm gonna turn on
No,
the air.
we did
It's
not.
toasty.
It's toasty.
It's toasty.
You are wearing jeans. You got your butt crack.
Shh. All right. It's time. Oh.
The items, they were hard to make.
Okay, round 2. We got this. We got it this time.
Now they've got items. Oi! They got items! Oh,
Yeah,
items!
they do got items. You're right.
It's upside down.
This
Which
is
way
for...
is upright? God.
All right, what is this? Is this a bug? What is this?
Random item pays 33% of quota for each body part it shoots off.
Increase profit by... Wait, how many tickets do you have on your top left?
15? I think we all share.
Oh yeah, because we are for each part shut up gives a random item. Okay, I want to try this mystery one.
Gotta buy it.
Yeah. 4 tickets. What's the mystery item? Oh, I bet you it's when we get there. Triple or lose your last win. Okay, I want that one actually. Cool. Okay.
Stop that. We're making them implode.
Good. It says while active, increase profit by nearby by singing.
Damn.
Okay, that just means that just means we gotta put chat on. All right, loan shark. Okay, we got it this time.
Hey, I made a basket.
What? Where are you? Oh. I forgot to go over here.
Up to Eve Simp VT.
Oh shoot. I got some subs. Thank you.
Some noise subs,
Some
Mike.
subs, mate. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the gifted subs. I don't know for whose channel though. It's random.
No, yeah. Random people get subs to your channel.
Hex, yeah. Oh, you can't. What you gonna do with that basketball? You double dribbling. You double dribbling.
I know, I'm double dribbling.
You double dribbling.
Oh, and it's gone.
Hex, yes, my ball. Oop, 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 oop. Take it
That
into
is the
court.
burpiest
Oh
dribbling.
fuck. Oh fuck. Got him. Don't take it. No, wait. No. 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 Take it.
Alright.
Hold on, I wanna dunk it. I don't know if I dunked it. Nope, I didn't dunk it. Mink. I'm bad at basketball. Yeah, he's gone. Closest you'll be to the NBA. You know what? Fight right now. Fight right now.
Commit violence.
Bro, where are we?
Leon, don't let anyone crush your dreams.
Yep.
You're right, but don't let them do it.
I got a goblin plushie. Oh god, that scared the crap out of me. Nice suit.
Yay.
Wait, do I get one too? Do we share suits?
I don't know, go check.
Clothing.
Yoit!
Hex, yeah, we matching. Where'd you
The
go?
goblin on top of the roof.
What do you mean on top of the roof?
Through the goblin on top of the roof.
Which roof? That one?
That worked.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah, tickets apparently can also get us clothing.
Nice. All right, you ready to get? We ready? Oh God. Wait. Listen. Wait.
Where's my money? Where's my money?
We're sharing the same money.
Where's my money?
I didn't realize that's the thing. Y'all didn't tell me that my wheel was still up.
I've got a little gun. Yeah.
All right, time to go spend all of our money. 500 on black. Hello. 500 on black. Let's go. Bet.
So this guy gives us our item.
Oh, nice. It's a book.
Tickets on profit.
Oh God.
Anyway, our timer's already started.
Oh, the time started?
Yeah.
Okay,
There's a
duck
duck
race.
race.
Okay, I'm gonna put. Oh, that's a high fucking race.
Throw it on Jarl. Jarl.
Jarl
you
is
fuck!
last place.
Don't worry, hold on.
How much did you put on it?
We got our money back. It's okay.
Oh my God! I was like, how much did you put on it?
That's why I had the egg.
Oh my God! Okay, I'm gonna
The
spin
egg is
big.
now gone though, so that was our only use.
Okay, where's the blackjack? Okay, I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna put 50. I'm gonna put 50. I'm gonna play blackjack.
Ah, foot.
11.
Double. Wow.
17. Yeah. I had to do math in my head. Let's do it again. 12. 8.
Fucking tight again.
That's nice. That's 17. Oh, you bitch. All right, let's do it again.
Wait. No.
No?
Stand.
18. Fuck,
That's a
19.
liability.
Oh my God, I can't believe you. Oh my God. Like, why do you always have one more than me, you piece of shit? I swear if you get blackjack, I'm gonna hurt myself.
Always win.
Okay. You know what? Let's clear this. You know what? You know what? I'm spending big. 200. 200 right now. 17. Let's go, bitch. I should not have did that. One more time. 16. 20. You can't beat me. Yeah, I got the money back. Let's go.
What does double fucking mean?
Shit. Let's try it again. Shit. 21. I'm making sure we have money in our pockets.
Yeah, I think I should probably stop. Huh?
No, you need to keep going. We don't have enough money. Okay, we need a bet. We need a bet smaller. Shit. Alright. 17. Motherfucker got 18. I hate when they get one more than me.
I had a 19 and they got a fucking 20. What? Motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. I love how you have so much debt.
You got 21?
Okay. Okay, let me bet.
Well,
this is what's gonna...
You
I'm gonna bet the last 100. I'm gonna bet our last 100. I gotta be the savior. I hate this game. I hate this game. Well, that's game. Time to start shooting kneecaps. Where's the bat? Wait. Where's the bat? Oh, you have the bat. Not mine!
don't give us no money, Joe.
We need money. Guys, y'all don't understand. Guys, you don't understand. We need money.
We about to go back in a dish. So, how long do we want to play this game again?
Okay, let's try this one more time. We're gonna try this one more time, okay?
Yay!
Let's try it one more time, and then we can go to the next one, okay? Ow!
Yay!
Ow! Why are you hitting me? I didn't lose all of our money. Ow!
But you let me gamble.
You gambled a little bit too hard. Listen, I'm not the one with.
This, folks, is why you don't gamble.
Wait, listen. We can talk about it. We can be better at gambling. We can be better at gambling. Ow! Stop hitting me! Ow! Listen!
Okay, I'm just getting you to the car.
No, I can walk to the car! Ah! Look, I'm almost to the car. I can get in. Oh my god, I can't believe you hit me
I
in the
actually
car.
got you into the car.
My turn. Oh
I
god dang it.
actually got you inside the car with the bat.
Oh, and it wasn't even picking it up.
Oh, okay.
How did we get a message from Fortunate?
I was like, where?
I didn't notice it. Yes. He said he's gonna have to borrow his brother's
Might be
computer.
late though, unless y'all doing something else. Well,
Okay, well, it seems like we're only doing this one more time.
yeah, and then we can fucking goblin clean up or whatever. Since
Yeah, we can
Fortunate's
do-
gonna be late.
Yeah, this is I don't want to get shot.
Bad, we got fucking shot, man.
Yeah, 1300.
I am a liability at the casino.
Oh man. Luck never gives, it only lends. All right, we got one more try. We got this. We got one more.
More. Again.
All right, what do we got? Get ticket on profit. Send it for a single free all in. Wait, do they have poker in here?
I don't even know how to play.
Capture a winning player for extra profit? You know what? I'm just going all in. I'm just going in vanilla. I believe in my luck.
Here, man.
Huh?
Here.
Ah, got him. Get in the truck. Get in the truck.
Let me up.
Get in the truck. Get in the truck.
Let me get in.
Get in the truck. Nah, you didn't let me get in.
Wait,
Wait,
I'm
where
gonna
did-
show you something. I'm gonna show you something.
Get in here. I'm gonna sail you. Nah, get in there. I'm gonna sail you. Sail you to the sharks.
You can do better, boss.
This looks painful, actually. Oh! I saw the blades coming down. Oh, God. Oh. Oh! Ah! This is painful. I don't like this. Oh. You cut my eye out. Oh my god, you cut my eyes out. Do I have no legs?
You got more than your eyes out, buddy.
Oh my god, what did you do?
You ain't got a body no more.
Shut up. Oh my god, I'm just rolling. Oh no.
You gave us more tickets.
Oh, that was a lot of tickets. Wait. Wait. I can't gamble like this. Wait.
can't gamble.
Wait.
You want to be a
Listen.
peanut?
Okay, I'll be a peanut. Ah, there it goes.
Aim correct, boy.
I can't.
You want a hoodie?
Sure, I'll pick up a hoodie. Yeah, I like hoodies. All right.
Look, I'll just put you in front of whatever you're gonna gamble on.
Oh god. Oh god.
Unicorn horn?
No.
Fuck you then.
Oh my god. I can't tell where I'm going. I can't tell where I'm going. I can't see. Wait. This is so terrible. Wait. No, this is a body shredder. Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. I still have no eye.
You need it?
I guess you're right. I guess I don't need one. I don't need eyes to see it. Can I take both my eyes out?
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm ready.
Not.
You're not?
Literally just bought stuff.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, remember we bought a peanut and a hoodie?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ooh.
I thought you were gonna be a peanut.
I didn't change it yet. Actually, wait, is that just a... Oh! Oh! I am an entire peanut.
You're an entire peanut.
I'm happy now.
And I got a hoodie and a unicorn horn.
Ah, peanut. They'll never shoot me now.
I got a horn to defend myself with.
Okay, I have to play the wheel game with 120. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do, is I'm going to spend 120 on the Wheel of Fortune.
Let's go.
Alright, Wheel of Fortune, here I come. Blackjack is not my game. I'm gonna do 150.
Whee!
Yeah, I got 200. I got twice that. Do it again.
I think I'm just cursed with bad luck.
I got to spin again. Shit. That's technically not a win.
Yay!
That's not a win.
Never take me to a casino. Never take me to a casino.
I went to a casino for my birthday last year. Ah! Yes. I won. Times 5! We made quota! We made quota!
Oh, we did! We can actually get past the first day!
Alright, I'm finna gamble again. I'm gambling again. We got enough profit. We need some extra money for the next day. I hate that I got times 1 again. Or 0.1. Times 2! Did you make $1? Hey, look, you're making profit.
$2. I made $2.
Nice. Wait, what are you playing?
I'm just spinning the fucking. I'm doing it at $1.
Oh, they are doing it at $1. You know what? Let's
I
make
can't be
it.
fucking trusted.
I think you got
Made
this.
$3.
I'm gonna bet 10.
Thank you! Jesus!
Got nothing. Oh, I got $5. Nothing. I made $35. Yeah.
Yay!
I don't know how this
I'm
works.
in the negative again.
Negative. I made $40.
Why can't I win?
What do you mean random?
Thank you. I made $75.
A random
I mean,
fact about
awesome.
Random. You know, Random is my favorite character in Smash Bros. That's my random fact. Huh?
That's pretty good, actually.
What the random fact about Random? Random is indeed my favorite character in Smash Bros. Who switched it to $1? Did you switch? I won the jackpot and got $45. Now we're gonna maximum bet. Do you also get the jackpot?
I don't know. I'm literally doing circles, my dude.
Oh, I think you won the jackpot. $210. Look, you're making so much more money. You're making so much more money. Jesus Christ.
This is far better than my usual. Like,
Yeah. Oh my God.
got a
Call
problem with
now
gambling,
to
call
help
now to help
those
those
around
around
you.
you. Man, I'm in hell. I don't. Trust me. You can't help me.
This is your sin.
My sin is gambling.
I thought your sin was look, you got the
I got a jackpot of
jackpot.
$1. My sin is gambling.
Look at you. You made you've come far.
I've come so far.
I made
Guys,
$1,000.
Alright, I guess the slots are my home now.
Yeah, you know what? You just gotta do slots. You just gotta continuously do slots now. Slots is apparently a fucking game. It's like,
Apparently.
I'll do the Wheel of Fortune, you got the slots, okay?
Yeah, I'm just doing slots at a fucking $1 each. That's it.
You could do it for like 10.
I don't know.
You just said no.
Don't open that box.
What box?
Don't open that box.
What box?
Pandora's box.
Oh. Ah! All I saw was the bat. I knew it was coming. All I saw was the bat. God dang it. All I saw was bat. I just saw the silhouette of a bat.
Turn the corner. And all I saw was a bat.
Motherfucker waxed me out of the car. Damn it. I thought I could juke you. No, I'm trying to get in the car. Alright. Alright, that's it. I see you there. Damn it. Where am I? Where am I coming from, Virus? You can't see me. You don't know if I'm coming from your left or from your right. I'm in the car.
Funny enough, I got
You got what?
stuck. I couldn't move.
Yeah, we
Or
made
else I would've
profit.
fucking smacked you with the bat some more, but I got stuck.
Have you
So
played
either
the
painting
picture?
it or you stick to the wall.
Oh, we're
the
playing-
Chameleon.
Yeah, Mecha Chameleon. Yeah. Yeah, that game's
Not yet,
fun.
but I have it.
There's a Pokemon that's the talk of the town. He wants it to be warmer? How the fuck do I make... Oh, wait, I'm still in the box.
Why are you in the box?
I don't know. Alright. It seems like the trick is... It seems like my trick is... I don't know. I don't know what the trick is. I don't have an eye. Oh wait, it's just me in real life. Bet at least 350 on roulette and profit. Oh no. Are we going for that one?
What?
It says challenge, all on red. Bet at least 350 on roulette and profit.
Oh boy.
You know what? If you do slots, I could probably do that.
Okay.
Alright.
Whee.
Like your jacket.
Thank you. One better day keeps the repo man at bay. Jesus.
He's all in. Unknown. Alright.
Go.
You're faster than me. Jesus Christ.
I just hit that sprint fast.
Alright. I'm going to roulette.
Oh, the minimum is now 4 for slot.
You got this. I don't know where the roulette table is. I can't see. Oh, I see it. It's on my left. 350. Let's bet it on black. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Finally, Jesus Christ.
Got a lot of money on roulette for one. I got an achievement.
Alright, I'm gonna do. Oh, I can't bet more than 300. I see. Alright, cool. We met quota. Because I hit the jackpot on my first one. What?
Damn.
Cool. I'm doing nothing but winning. I made no money. Eggs, yeah. Look at us, we're doing good. Wait, actually, I should let you continue doing your four spin. Where are you? Mars?
Went over to the wheel.
Oh, okay. I thought you went to the. I thought you would have got a Drake or something.
No. I went to the Wheel of Fortune and immediately suffered.
What do you mean you suffered?
I mean, I was at 300 profit and now I'm at 60 profit. So
Oh.
I immediately suffered.
Oh shit! I don't know where my brain is today. Happy birthday!
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Leon.
Thank you.
You see, Rain, this is a game showing us dangers of gambling.
I went gambling for my birthday last year. I went in with $100. No, with $200, and I lost it all.
Yep, there you go.
All right, here we go. We're gonna put 100 on the wheel. 100 on the wheel. Wheel of Fortune is my game. No, it is not. But you know what?
Sticky fake gambler.
Repeat offender.
Repeat offender.
Times 5. You know what? I got 500.
Yeah.
Guess what? I almost did it again. That would have been funny if I did it again.
Meanwhile, today is not my lucky day.
It's your lucky
About
day.
to
What
be
do you
the
mean?
negative.
No, you're
I'm
not.
in
No, you're not.
I'm dancing on the negative.
There's a casino in Springfield, which is a big city in my state. Lots of people go there. I don't gamble.
Good on you, Ray.
Yeah, don't gamble. Don't gamble.
No gamba for Ray.
Alright, at least I made a
That is
little
smart.
bit of money.
I also do not go to casinos. The worst I did was gambling on that fucking card pack in Wizard 101.
We used to do this event called Salty, where we go on Twitch and we will bet like poker chips on like Salty Bet. Which is just like a fighting game where they just get two AIs and they fight each other with like different characters. And we would just bet either left side or right side. It was a fun event. Yeah, we're making quota. We're making quota.
We're making quota.
I think slots are gonna be our answer though.
I'm just doing the minimum on fucking slot. And it's sometimes taking me down to the negative. And even then, I'm only doing 4 apiece. So, like, I spent way too much money on a gacha game called Food Fantasy, and I realized the hole I was digging myself into. And thankfully never touched another gacha game again. That is very smart for you, Ray. I also played Food Fantasy for a bit, funny enough.
Which one is Food Fantasy? That's not the one that y'all tried to get me into, was it?
I don't think so. It's hot people that are food.
See, you know what's funny? I wasn't going to mention that, but now that you mentioned it, if we're talking about a person who gambled on a gacha game, let me tell you about this one dude named Ventus who literally spent, how much was it? 5,000 on one account alone.
Oh my god.
It probably was more than 5,000 now that I think about it. 3K. Okay, 3K.
Jeez.
That's still a lot of money.
Love, I'm a liability in a casino.
I still like the art and characters off of it and the lore, but yeah, I'm not playing it again. I think I spent $1,000 on Dragon Ball cards, but I was actively like going to nationals and stuff.
Yeah, I liked the art and the characters of Food Fantasy, but eventually, since I wasn't spending money on it, you just kind of reach a point where you can't progress.
I wish I had. Well, I'm getting back to where I can have FU money. All right, what's the challenge today? I knew it. I knew it. It says spend. It says spend at least 670 on roulette and
wait, we gotta check the fit. What is this?
Oh, I have to take this. I'm taking this one. I don't care. That one's mine. Am I still a peanut?
Oh, woof.
Always.
Don't judge me.
Is there more stuff? I'm not judging you. Why am I judging you? After paying, if I had FU money, I would spend a month in Japan. You know what, Sam? Ooh, that one looks
After
nice.
paying off my student loan. Yeah, that's a move. I am the peak of fashion right now.
Yeah, you dripping right now?
I am dripping.
There's nothing else I really
Check my
want.
drip.
Hold on, I gotta change
Wait,
my drip.
Leon!
I gotta change my drip!
There is a change machine in the shop!
Oh, was there? Oh,
But I was trying to tell you!
Mink.
Aim!
Hold on, I gotta get my ice on 1 second. I gotta get my ice on 1 second. Wait a minute, that says dog collar. There you go, there's my ice. Oh, you can't see my ice, hold up. Let's change that real quick. We gotta see my ice. Hell yeah, I got that ice on me, bro. Where are you?
Getting items.
Oh.
You know, the thing we're supposed to spend tickets on.
What? We're not supposed to spend it on drip?
There is a parkour course up here.
Sleepy!
Sleepy!
It's sleepy!
Sleep.
Sleep. Sleepy's the best person I know, bro. Sleepy is the sweetest person,
What's
bro.
up?
Okay, and then there's Megan. But that's different. That's definitely different. Don't fucking look at me like that.
I'm looking at you.
You just give me shit. Happy anniversary day? What do you mean anniversary day?
Anniversary of birth.
Oh, I hate that both of y'all said the same thing. Y'all both said the same thing.
The brains.
No, Virus. Anniversary for your birth and Sleepy.
I failed the parkour.
There's a parkour? Where are you? What the heck is that?
Failed it.
Alright,
Failed the
I'm gonna
parkour.
try.
You get one chance. You
Alright.
get one chance.
Okay, let's see.
Otherwise, we'll be here for.
Alright, I failed. Let's
Failed
go.
it.
I failed. Remember when we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna give it one more try.
Well, yeah, we're still on that one more try because we haven't died yet.
Alright. Oh, ow. No, wait. Ah, sir, please. Ah, wait. Ah, wait. No. It resets the clock. Wait, no. Wait. I didn't know it resets the clock. Ah.
You're in the fucking corner.
The odds are low, but it's never zero. Dad.
Imagine how much money you could win, Grandpa.
Is that what it says?
Thank you, Sleepy.
Oh, what Sleepy get you?
Also, we have a lot of items.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much, Sleep. Okay, you can use this to increase the maximum bet. Where are you
nice.
betting?
Let's bet. Well, we should do that on the slots. We should do that on the slots.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the
That's not
achievement.
fun.
I'm
Wait,
gonna
you
hate
bet
it.
on roulette. You need to bet on roulette.
Yeah, I know. But I you don't need to do it out here. You don't need to do it out here. You don't need to do it out here.
Okay.
I'm just doing the 670. I'm not doing more than 670.
Overcharge.
Ugh, I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this.
And
Let's
thank
try
you
it
for
again.
the sub. Yeah, I appreciate it.
One more time. Thank God. All right, now going back to the slot machine. Make that fucking profit. 340. Wait, did you put it on the slot machine?
And I put it on the slot machine and then fucked up.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay, I got our money back.
bet. Bet. I like the slot machine. Leon, you should play Retro Rewind. It's on my list to get. Retro Rewind is on my list to get. Darn it.
Leon.
Oh my God, we're doing so bad.
Leon!
What?
Oh
Ooh,
my
I made
God.
2,000. I made it back. Alright, cool.
Sleepy said, say less.
No, wait. Wait. God dang it. Alright, I made no profit. Oh my God. Is this the end for us? No, Sleepy, you already got me a birthday gift. Sleepy, you already got me a birthday gift. You got me a new drawing tablet. Stop getting me stuff. Oh my God, we are doing terrible. Okay, wait. Okay. Now you rapidly hitting it. I really got one more. We can't anymore. Thanks, yeah.
Do it again!
Well, let's go back on this side. Well, this might be the end, boys.
This is the end!
Alright, let's go all in. We're going all in. All in, spin the wheel. The wheel decides our fate. I think that's $10.
What kind of was that?
Oh, I don't think.
below the
Oh,
minimum.
shit, that's below the minimum. Oh no.
Alright, slots determine our fate.
No, we can't even do slots. I don't think. Can we? Oh, we can't do slots. Okay.
Oh.
Where did you put it? No, wait, don't go back to the wheel. Let's just keep doing this. Just keep all in and... Shit.
And
Well, and we're dead. Yeah! Wait, were there different floors we could have gone to?
Only if you succeed enough.
Oh, I see. No, why are you hitting me? Wait. Wait. I gotta run. I gotta run. I gotta run. Oh god, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh god, I'm stuck. Help me, please. Leon, I'm trying frantically. Leon trying to frantically stop
me from
using
all my
Online Money
money.
Part 3. Sleepy has gotten me so much that it's crazy. Sleepy and Fortunate has gotten me so much stuff, low-key. Like, Fortunate ended up financing half of my PC, and then Sleepy got me a drawing tablet, like almost 5 games, and then ow, wait, they got me something else. Oh, they also helped me get a Switch too. That's what it was. Ow. And now I have to get Tomodachi Life. I have $10 5 games. I surely haven't gotten that much, right? You got me... Yes, you did. Because you got me Creature Kitchen. You got me Paralives. You got me... Or Parasocial. You got me, You got me Parasocial. You got me... what's the... Convenience Store. You also got me... Tomodachi Life, technically. Oh yeah, Pocopia, technically. Out of technicality. Ow, why are you hitting me? What did I do?
I don't know. You're the birthday boy.
I think that's enough birthday lickings. Wait.
Damn. Damn.
What did you... You did not! Oh my god. There are 6 things on my wish list. Or on my thing. Did I just get... Yo, okay, but thank you, Sleepy.
You lost more money than me this time.
No, I didn't. What?
Look at the chart.
Oh my god, I did! Oh my god, I went on the...
Stop, he's already dead.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, we are about to be. We gotta go jump in the hole.
Gotta go jump in the hole. It's... What if I just don't jump in the hole?
Probably shoot you.
I'm fucking
Get in
dead.
the fucking hole. Get in.
There you go. How'd you get back up here? I'm gonna stand right here.
Get in the fucking hole.
You get in the hole.
Get in.
I'm in the hole. Stop jumping.
Get in the hole.
I'm in the hole. What are you talking about? See, I'm in the hole
Resetting.
still.
You keep resetting the timer.
Oh gosh, darn it. Alright, we switching games?
Yeah.
Alright, okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch games. Give us 1 second, guys. Let's just
Poor Leon.
Poor Leon,
His
his-
friends are talking about stream to play other games. Gosh, shit.
They do this to me every year. I played something last year for my birthday. What did I play last year? I don't remember. Okay. I shall return Where's my BRB? BRB!
It's magic, you know.
Easy, bro.
He's very sleepy boy.
Dog days of summer, am I right, boo?
Right? Alright, and I'm
Is it?
back. Is the game
It is.
showing? Hope the game is
Gang,
showing.
gang, gang. I will host.
I don't think the game is showing yet. One second. Oh, I did not mean to skip it. I don't even know what this game is about.
Rip. The
I'll-
password is show milk, capital S, capital M.
Okay, hold on. I'm waiting for Fortunate. Fortunate's on?
He is here. Oh dear. I don't know. Didn't mean to do that.
Alright, what's the password again?
Show milk, capital S, capital M, one word.
You said Shill Mill?
Show milk.
Show milk.
Yes, we are playing Goblin Cleanup. I accidentally did a panty shot.
What? Oh.
Hey, it's
I think I spelled it wrong. What is it?
how do you how do you
You said show milks. SHOW, right?
I
Right?
sent you the thing in your Discord.
Oh, it's not right. Yeah, that's what I spelled. Oh, I'm joining. It was just taking
There we
a
go.
while.
Oh no.
Oh, time to do this again.
Oh no.
Audio. Wait.
Push to talk.
Push to talk.
There we go.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, there you are.
You are.
Hello.
It's you.
Yeah. I ended up here. I don't know what this is.
Well, ebook.
It says scan? Scan players?
Cleaner manual.
Have you played this before?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well,
Start
shit.
in the main hub where you. What is that? Oh my gosh! One of the cats brought me their toy.
Aw.
Horrible. But I didn't realize else I would have thrown it for him. You'll start in the main hub where you can
Oh.
gather with your friends and choose a dungeon to start. Once your job is finished, go back to the main hub and hit punch clock. Your hands will be useful to interact with mechanisms and move small objects. Top-notch goblin technology, just perfect for slime stabbing and floor cleaning. Don't be fooled by their dorky smile. These vermin are capable of processing raw mana in their stomachs. At last, you can put to use that levitating spell that you studied how to pronounce for years. Moving objects was never that easy. Take a healthy slime on the pointy edge of the slime mop to start cleaning. Some poor souls couldn't make it out of the halls, at least not in one piece. Feed the mimic those remains as well as the slimes that died of blood sickness. Purple crystals are a natural catalyst and a source of magic energy. Use your little friend to absorb or give mana to magical gadgets. Remember that you are in a dangerous dungeon. It will be full of traps. Some need to be repaired, others just avoided. Shadowcat, Blackbird, Wildcats made of shadows, like light, also likes petals. Romancer, Bestiary. Alright. Select level.
Okay.
Nope. No, no.
I'm glad you understood because I'm.
Oh, there's a kitty. I can't translate this. There is a cat.
Open the door.
Leon, there is a cat.
Oh, we gotta pick up slimes. Yes, I did see the cat.
Can't pet the cat though. 0 out of 10.
Okay. All right, I understand.
Select
I'm ready.
level. Well, I guess we'll go to Harvard Ward.
Yup.
That's the tutorial.
Yup. Everybody has been getting me games off of my list. It's nice.
Ooh, this game has a lot of lag issues though.
Okay, I thought it was just me. I really thought it was just me. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is not just you. There's a lot of just freedom. Oh, it's a map.
Are we here?
We're here.
Oh! 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 I didn't know! What is this? Oh, it just shows the layout. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I was so confused. Alright, so it seems like we need to brush off the blood and stuff. We need to get slime.
We stab a slime, use the slime to clean, and then feed dead slime to him.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll give you tutorials. Stick a healthy slime on the pointy end of the slime mop, start cleaning.
Okay, I understand. Where are ya, slime?
Pull the lever, produce slime.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It blushed.
Yeah, it depends on how you stab it.
Damn. Oh, we get shared experience.
Nice. Taking you with me, buddy. What is this? Pray to the altar to revive here. Revive?
Well, I guess if we get killed by a trap.
Okay.
And you use that levitation spell.
Okay, so levitate.
How do you use the levitate spell?
It seems like you click on it, and then you click on it, left click. Ah, the door closed on me. Oh, because you fucking closed it on me.
I needed to learn how to levitate.
Okay.
Crystals, use your little mana buddy. Mana buddy?
The third. Oh!
Oh, I got hurt.
I died.
You died.
Evidently, if you keep using it.
Oh, we need to make sure it has the correct amount of mana. We overcharged it, so you died.
I'm coming back, don't worry.
Yeah, we need to dispose of your remains.
Okay.
Assume we'll find a mimic.
I look good. I feel like Fred from the original Scooby-Doo, where he's just like, yeah. And he's like in Daphne's body. He's like, I can see myself naked. Is that my body?
How do we dispose of these?
I think we just like stab it. And then... I don't know. I don't know. Oh, there's a chest. I remember now.
Okay.
There's a chest.
Alright, yeah. Okay, we stick it on the thing. Oh, God, the mimic ate me.
Okay.
Don't get too close to the mimic.
Okay. This is grab it from behind.
Don't put the mimic down. Put the mimic... There you go.
Okay.
Be careful.
Okay, there's one more. Oh, there's way more than one. Did you die again?
Yes!
You got too close to the
I'm
mimic?
trying not to get too close to the mimic.
Okay.
It's just very difficult.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to put him right here. So we do not have a chance of getting close to him.
It might be better to throw it. Okay, the levitation spell better than the stabby.
Yeah?
Levitation gives you a little more room. And I can just throw it at it. You're getting fucking AI ads.
Ooh, level up. Damn it, you keep feeding him the same. You keep eating it at the same time I do it. Okay.
There you go.
I understand now.
Now I understand. You just throw it at the mimic. Don't get too close to the thing, or it. Do a jump portal. Take slime off or go portal.
Okay.
Oh.
Finish the tutorial. We finished the tutorial. We never, wait, we're not done. We weren't done. We didn't clean the remains.
What did we not clean?
Remember when we picked up our remains? There was still blood stain on the floor.
Damn it. Oh well, whatever. It was the tutorial. It doesn't matter now.
Okay. Alright, second place. Let's go to the second place.
Damn! There's a lot. Go to the entrance.
What does leveling up do for us?
Oh. Flag.
Oh god.
Create more bloodstains than the level started with. What?
That was because we left like a bunch of bloodstain.
I didn't even see any, man.
This is a horror game. Jesus Christ.
Careful.
Yeah, absolutely hate this.
Clean the main hall without dying is a challenge. Careful. Remember, don't overcharge them. That's what you just did. Stop it. They're not supposed to be in purple.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You're like, purple looks better. Despite,
I do like purple. I do like purple. You know, I'm pretty biased about purple.
Trying to kill you.
Alright, watch out. There is indeed a mimic.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, okay. I will take care of the bloodstains.
Feeding the mimic. Come on, eat the
Sounded like a cat.
kitty?
It was a slime, but it sounded like a cat.
No, there is a cat. Hi.
Oh.
Holding it. Why do I have a cat?
I don't know.
So cute. Oh. Cat Hannah.
Why Why can I? Okay, I was like, why can I not
That's
clean
by
it?
the mimic. I love that you can hold the cat. Oh, shadow cat. Oh, I think the cat's trying to direct us where to go.
I see.
That's
It's the mimic.
the mimic. Oh, the mimic?
I just wanted the
Oh.
mimic. I just wanted the mimic to be away from like where we're supposed to be.
Okay, but where did you put it?
I put it in that corner, that back corner.
Motherfucker! I throw
What?
the meat at you. You're supposed to eat it.
Oh, I thought you were calling me the fucker. I was like, what did I do?
No, I'm calling the mimic the fucker because I throw the meat at it and it doesn't eat it. It just bounces off it and now I got bloodstains everywhere.
Okay. All right. I think we're good here. Oops.
We are not. There's bloodstains.
Yeah, there is. Is this the main hall?
Yes, this is the main.
Okay. Make.
Blood slime leaves bloodstains everywhere.
Restore objects.
And it doesn't fly far.
Okay, I'll try this again.
Okay, when you have a bloody slime, don't just drop it.
Okay.
You gotta feed it to the mimic.
Okay.
Kitty, back.
We're missing blood stain. There's still more blood stains.
Guess so. Oh, whoa. Is that a kitty?
I should have enough. Oh.
Drain this from its mana to have a path forward. Not done with this main hall though. Unless this is also main hall?
This is definitely still main hall.
Leave the cat here. Enable altar so we have a respawn.
Yeah. Oh my god, this game is a little bit laggy. There
Yeah,
it
it's
goes.
got some layers.
Got him. Alright.
Oh.
I saw him turn left. Or, sorry, right.
It's me. And now there's a blood spot.
Yeah, that was my fault.
And the slime is. Okay. Now. No. Thank you. Slime.
Alright.
Then I. You a little bit of power.
Alright.
Light the torches.
Ah, okay. It says leave the cat here.
Yeah, but I don't know where the cat is.
Cat's over here. Cat's next to me.
Baby? Oh. Here you go, baby.
Alright. Alright, no more organ remains.
That's a nasty trap right there.
I don't know where this goes. Oh, I can tell I'm gonna be the worst at this. I know there was a barrel. Yes, there was indeed a barrel. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Barrel.
Barrel.
Okay, I'm gonna
Alright.
try and do this without dying. Okay. Oh, that's another mimic. Oh, I am in a whole different room.
Hi.
Are we done with the main hall?
Nope.
Alright, let's go back.
Dispose of organic remains.
Is that what
Store
this
one
is?
more object. So we need a bench.
I don't think that's what this is, but I'm gonna still try it. Nope, that is not it.
Got an organic remain.
We're missing a bench. Where's the bench?
No. Might be a thing we have to go to a different area and then find and bring back.
Probably.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, dang.
Good?
Yes. I need another mimic.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Careful. We haven't died yet.
I am being as careful as I can.
This is a very funny, like, idea, though.
What?
That some goblins come around to clean up a dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I need a mimic here. Let's see.
we can go back and grab the other mimic and bring it.
Yeah, I will in a second. I'm seeing if there's anything that we need to restore. No. But I will pick up this.
Yeah, you can lift the cat along with it.
Of course. There's no drop option, only throw. Ooh, every once in a while the game does kind of just like hiccups on me.
Yep.
Alright, I will work on bringing the mim- oh, God dang it. I will work on bringing the
Stop
mimic here.
slapping the meat against things?
I can't promise I won't slap the meat, okay?
You gotta stop slapping that meat.
I can't, oh, we can't go back.
Yeah, you can. Just drain the magic out of the thing.
Oh, I thought I couldn't do it from where I was.
Yeah, I had to restore the magic, so... And knock off another thing on our list, so just...
Okay. Alright, I'm coming back.
Careful. That
I will
mimic is
do my
testy.
best. Okay. I need to find a safe place to put this.
God. Dude, stop. Find a place and don't make the mimic come towards me!
I'm finding a place. I found a place. Put that bitch right here. There. Cool. Great. I know what you're gonna say. Oh my god, really? I threw it.
Yeah, Yeah, the slimes don't go far. You just gotta be really careful.
Okay. I'm trying to make sure not to slap the meat on anything.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get more blood stains for us to clean up.
Yeah, we don't
At
want
least
more.
we get experience every time. But I know what the levels are for.
Yeah. Oh, God dang it.
Oh my god, what?
I'm very improficient at not slapping my meat, okay?
What he said?
What?
Just
Okay.
got fucking baffled.
Okay. Okay, we're done with this area, I hope.
We are not. We've still got a lot of furniture to set up.
Yeah, but most of them's not here.
Like, I don't like spikies at all. There's a lot. At least it's all in place. Or with Menon.
Oh, there's a small one.
You.
Let's see.
You don't go over here. You go straight out.
Okay, I need the smaller one. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, this side is done.
We just need a big old table that's probably in a different area.
Yep, we need a big old table for the main hall too.
Okay, Mimic. That.
Probably on this side. Yep, thought so. Big table.
Nope.
Mimic's on the right, by the way.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Setting my altar back to here.
Cool, I just wanted to get that done.
Dude, we cleared the main hall without dying.
Yes.
They're full bumping me.
Sorry. Remember, Mimic on the right! Mimic on the right!
Uh-huh. I have to scoot by it to grab it and put it somewhere better.
Alright.
Oh my god, dude!
What?
You... you fed the Mimic right when I was fucking... scared the shit out of me.
You can do that.
Okay. Found a table.
Oh my god, it says feed the tree in the crypts 5 meat without being hit.
Yeah, I don't even know what the tree in the crypt.
Okay. I'm gonna go put this in the other room. I think it was this one.
Pressing R to rotate. Okay, there we go. Alright, we still need to put that table in the other area, right?
Yeah, I got the table. We need chairs too, though.
I put chairs in.
Oh, there's chairs in there? Okay, then we're done with this
Could be.
room. Oh my god, it's not a long table, it's a big table.
Yeah! Oh my god, I have the table.
Okay. I thought it was a long table. Alright, here.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, East Wing completed.
Alright.
Now we need to find that tree in the Forlorn Crypt so we can start feeding it.
Yeah, I'm not if we see any more meat, I'm not feeding the mimic the meat.
Yeah. Take this tape.
That's where we came from.
Feed it meat when it's happy, not when it's asleep. What it looks like. Ed?
Ah! Well, I found the outside. Bless you. Bless you. Okay.
Find the tree yet?
Oh yeah, it's if you keep going that way. Past the mimic.
Ah, Jesus. Did you feed the mimic something?
I feed him the slime. I fed him the slime.
Okay. Fed it one. And then it goes to sleep. Gotta wait till it wakes up, I guess? Oh, but it being asleep might be a good time to clean. Waking up! Careful!
It's eating.
Okay, it fell asleep. I clean, you go get another meat.
I got it.
Okay, I need to go get another.
It's got another.
Thank you. Why'd you feed it when I don't? I'm not.
I thought you had one, so I tossed it.
It looks like that area needs a bench too.
Like a long one?
A long one.
Okay.
I'm not seeing one over here, so it might be past. Okay.
You ready?
What in tarnation?
Mink. Alright, he's got it.
Take the meat. Yeah, there's a spot for a bench here, but I'm guessing it's on this side. Yep, bench is over here, as well as some more meat.
Great. Oh, it's waking up.
Okay, that's fine. I think I'm out of its range. You got another meat to give it?
I tossed one over there. I thought he was, snacking on it.
Is he asleep?
No, he's woke. It's right in front of him. Okay, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Okay, you needed to be there to trigger it, I guess. Okay, I restored the bench.
But is there a chest over there by chance?
There is.
Okay.
So
That one's
you
for
need
the yeah, we need it for the last room, the room behind us.
Okay, let me know when feed him a meat and he goes to sleep.
Alright. I just fed him. He's good.
Okay.
Okay. We're not done with this area, though. Are we?
Probably not. There's still a lot of meat over there.
Oh, God. See, now I'm hungry. Darn.
Damn. The meat made you hungry.
Yes.
You realize this is probably human meat, right?
Yes.
Damn. Didn't know elves were freaky like that.
Yeah, elves do cannibalism.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the elf.
It really does.
Yeah, Skyrim elves, you know?
Skyrim elves. That sounds terrible.
What? I know one of the species of the Skyrim elves do cannibalism. Can't remember which one, though.
Okay.
You do need to look into fucking multiplayer Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this needs to go somewhere.
One needs to go where?
Ah, over there.
Oh, we still need a bench, a small one.
Found it then.
Oh, did you?
This isn't a bench, it's a seat.
I said,
for a
did I say
stool.
I need food? Hold on, let me get something to snack on. Let me get something to snack on real quick.
Go grab some chips or something.
Give me un momento. Oh, my legs. Did you scoff at me?
2 hours later. But if you expect a cleaning game to be fast, you are deeply incorrect, right? Cleaning games are meant to hit that little scritchy in the back of your noggin. Like, hey, I like this. Oh, not the game, Leon. Fucking rip.
I'm here.
Another meat. Good.
What?
Oh, I'm feeding the tree so we can hit that, 10 pieces of meat without being killed, hit, or whatever.
Bet.
Because it is the last challenge in our repertoire.
How many we got it for?
I don't know, it doesn't have a counter.
I can't read. Water.
Wata,
Water.
got a snack?
Yeah, I got some snacks. I think Megan is actually making something. Eat that shit. Eat that shit. Eat that shit.
Stop talking
making-
meat and drink.
I did. Alright, that's 10.
That is 10, so now we
what are
just
we missing?
need a thing so we can get to the other side of it.
You said we need meat so we can get to the other side of it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna feed it a meat so I can get to the other side. All you have to do is save one on this side so that I can get back safely.
I got it right here. Just let me know when you're coming back.
Yeah, the others you can feed to them.
Okay.
I just need to get to this side of it so I can get rid of the organic remains over here. Oh.
So guys, how's it going? How y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a good time.
How's all the homies?
Ooh, man. And then me playing Pokopia in the background while we wait.
What?
I got 3 screens.
Man. Level up!
What?
Level up! Leveled up!
It didn't give me a level up.
Well, damn.
Birthday water.
Birthday
How
water.
fortunate. I did have a good time yesterday. What you do yesterday?
Then I took
I took
that.
a sip.
Okay. And put my way on back.
Oh, there's more water. Okay, I'll take another sip.
What?
Just let me know when I need to pop it.
Dang. Go ahead and toss it now, but I don't... Are we done? Hold on, what do we still need to do? Yeah, just throw away the organic remains and then we're done.
Bet. Tossing it. It has been tossed.
Area
We're done.
completed, so, go back to
Just
the game.
go home.
Level progress a hundy.
Low progress a hundy.
Progress a hundy.
I gotta get the
Oh,
mimic
God.
the slime. I have to get the mimic the slime, or they cut my head off. Wait.
Oh,
How do
there we go.
Tailgate at Firewheel? Ooh, I heard that was fun. Alright.
Don't forget to refill that.
Yep.
Wait, revive monsters.
Revive
Doesn't that mean
monsters.
I have to leave the cat here?
Yes. Yes, you have to leave the cat there.
I was gonna bring the cat with me.
We have a cat at home. It speaks languages too.
Why can't we have another cat?
Oh, you wanna know what's crazy? I don't think this is where we were supposed to go.
Portal.
Oh. Portal.
Now we
100%.
Yeah, we got our golden slimes. We got tickets that I don't know what's for. We got
No,
experience.
kitty. Hello. You just brought more
Leon,
snacks.
it has dubbed you the laziest.
What? I think I did so much work. I did so much work.
That's your reward. Friendly damage towards allies is doubled. What the fuck is that? What's all this for? Fragile objects do not break. 100% drop double meat on death. What?
Oh, those are runes.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Whatever.
I don't know what to put them on, though. I do want to see what these tickets are for, too.
Oh, there's a shop.
Oh.
An altar.
I'm going to customize myself.
Oh, so you get runes and then you can equip 3 of them. But they lose 1 durability at the end of a level. Oh, okay. So,
Bro, you got little
okay,
puffballs
all
on the
runes are
ground.
temporary. They have durability.
Yeah, little soot spurts.
You did not just call bits of my hair soot sputs.
Look, over here, Leon.
Right.
I'm customizing myself.
I'm just letting you know, the runes are, stuff.
I can customize the
Dang.
mimic, too?
Man? Oh my gosh. Damn! Oh god.
Why you say, oh god?
You can customize them too. Make it look horrifying.
Oh, I used the wrong color. That's why I look weird.
Yeah. Oh. Damn. This is where you use your... Damn! Ah, you also use your little goldy slime things from the challenges.
Nice.
Get a fucking tail? Dragon tail! Aw, devil tail. I gotta save up for that. Cool ones are span sale. Emote. Yeah. Damn, there's a Krampus hat.
Let's make it. Whoops.
Demon horn. Yeah, you gotta level up more for that.
Okay.
Human maid legs. Elegant. Edgy body.
What is this yellow? Oh. I see.
Yeah, I think I'll get that.
Ooh, I could change the. Ooh, yes.
Oh, damn.
It looks like Ripto from Spyro. I don't have a tail. Save. Now I really look like a goblin. Alright, what's in the shop? Oh, I see. Ooh. Okay, but that kind of looks dope, so I'm gonna take that one.
That looks dope.
Oh, that's... Oh, I need 600.
Hey.
Ooh, that rose looked pretty nice. What is this? That's a castle. I might get that rose. The mana rose. Oh, look, they have your tail. 850.
Yeah, I gotta save up for that. Gotta save up
Alright,
for
I'm
tail.
good. Hey, yo.
Yo!
Oh, you know what? I got you. I didn't
Yeah?
know I can... I am now in a maid outfit. Oh wait, not yet.
Not on my screen, you ain't. Bottom 8 outfit, you don't have it yet.
I gotta change my stuff anyway. There you go. I'm here to kick y'all's ass. That's what's going on.
Damn.
I should have got a different hairstyle, but I spent all of my money on
Spandin' and spandin'.
Yeah, I spent all of my money. I don't look as slick as you.
And you're still playing as a girl, though?
Yeah.
You got the guy face. You didn't change your body.
Well, it didn't give me the option to.
Yes, it does! Go to character customization.
Yeah.
Look all the way on the right. Versus body type.
Oh.
There you go. We don't
Alright,
shame
cool.
here, but...
You could have left it there, and then people would have been like, he's still a female body. He's still got the female body. Thank
Still
you.
got the boob.
I still had the booba.
The booba.
I had to fix my VTuber. He was stuck.
Damn.
Alright. I'm ready.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Door all flying. buying books in the forbidden section without being hit by the necromancer. Flee in the occult studio without disabling the laser eye. That, those sound scary.
Well, it can't be too scary. We haven't even started yet, and we're at 5%.
Well, damn. I don't know how that works. There's a mimic. The turny thingy. And a book over there. Play in the occult studio without disabling the laser. So we're in the occult studio and we need to not disable whatever a laser eye is.
Laser eye. I see. I keep wanting to press E to interact.
Oh god, that's probably the laser eye.
Where?
A thing that shoots at me every time I enter the... Yeah, that's the laser eye.
Okay. Well, you didn't die to the necromancer, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, if you look this way...
Which way? Oh, that way.
How do you not disable that? Oh god, don't shoot me! Alright, you can see if that saves you.
Nah.
Not really a test unless you put yourself in danger, my dude.
I don't wanna. Oh, I got an idea, but you might want to back up.
Oh no.
I got an idea. Ooh, this is a terrible idea.
This was a bad idea. Is it?
Oh, it can't see me. Back up, back up, back up.
Okay,
I'm backing it up, Terry.
Why are you backing up further
Because
if
it's
it can't see
rotating.
you?
Because it's rotating, so I'm trying not to grab you.
Stop backing up! You don't need to go this far back.
I was putting it back where it was.
Why? If that works, then use it.
No, it wasn't looking at me in general. Like, I didn't get a chance to test it out because it wasn't
Then
looking
test
at me.
it.
Alright, I'll test it out. Nope. Still got me. You just wanted me. You just wanted me to get beamed by the laser.
I wanted to know if the mimic would save you from the
No,
laser,
no.
Dome. But no, the laser goes through fucking everything.
Uh-huh.
Mimic
You wanna know what's funny?
respawn, we're fine.
I was gonna say, you know what's funny? It got rid of the mimic.
You just gotta be real careful here. Your ears out for when you hear the thing. No?
Yeah. That's missing a key. Of course.
I'm gonna move the mimic real quick.
Okay.
That way it'll be at the top of the stairs. At some point, I'm going to ask you to move the mimic for me.
Okay. Okay, that was you.
This way I can just throw stuff up. Have the mimic eat it.
Okay, I found a book. know if it's the book, but we shall find out. Nope, not that book.
Nope.
Okay. While that's happening, I'm
Nope. Oh, third person. Better. Yeah, a little bit.
What's up?
What the fuck is this?
What?
Ah!
Wait, no.
What?
Blue to
Why
move.
are there so many
away.
yellows?
Oh, I was so distracted, I wasted all of the fucking things. Oh god.
Blue to move on.
Okay.
Damn, the magic guy is gonna be annoying.
Yep.
Fuck.
Oh, I need another slime.
If only we had something that could actually block it.
Yeah, but then that would be too easy.
I guess so. Then it wouldn't be so much of a challenge. Huh.
Oh my god, I think I got this stuck.
Okay, I need you to move the mimic again.
Alright, I will move the mimic. There
Got
it
the
goes.
meat away from here.
Mimic has been moved.
Oh. That.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Great. Awesome. I got it through. I was trying to get this fucker out of
Flying
here.
book.
Oh god, now it's doing the thing. Okay.
Why is there a flying book?
Oh, I got it from the room that I was currently working on. Oh, excuse me.
I might like your help down here.
Oh, okay. You want me to go down there?
Yeah, we might be able to get it done faster if we work together.
Alright. Back up. It's about to come over here.
There are pillars and stuff in here. We can...
I thought it passed.
Oh,
I can't see. Oh, wait. Cheating a little bit with the, third person.
yeah. Do what you need to.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Now look this way.
Oop.
Turn, and now's a good time. I think I found the book that goes in here. No, I did not. I found another flying book.
Does it have a symbol on it?
It has a human on it. Wait. Damn, I thought we might be able to drain the magic out of this.
Oh, no.
Are you okay?
It froze on me as I was going around the eye. Ah, it was literally the worst thing that could have happened.
Damn it, man. Get close to the pillars.
Okay, there's little... There's actual things on the book. Okay. This is gonna be the worst. This is the hardest one we've ever done.
We haven't done many. You just gotta keep moving around the thing as it moves. Oh, this is crazy. This is insane. This is actually insane. This is crazy. Dude!
The door opened next to me. I got so scared.
This is scary.
Okay. Oh, god damn it. I know where this key goes.
Why is there a big table blocking the way?
I hate where I'm at.
Just gotta be patient. Why move? Gotta wait for it to move. Wiggle your way around the eye.
I'm good, I'm good. Oop!
You play with.
No. I was trying to read a note and the eye saw me. I'm grabbing this key. I know exactly where it goes to. Oh, you scared the shit out of me!
Trying to work.
Okay. So the crazy thing is, I think I found the spot where the necromancer is supposed to be. But I'm not opening the door.
Okay.
I do need another slime.
March first or.
Oh, there's 5 slimes together. Oh, it saw me.
Yeah, I died.
Ah, I see. Okay. Alright. I'm backing up this way.
I don't know where
You're
that tree
kidding.
is.
I swear if I die. If I wake up and I die. Oh my god. I ultra instinct past it.
Fuck. I don't know what monsters we need to revive.
I'm not for sure.
Yeet!
I think I figured it out.
What?
Give me 1 second. I think I got it. I just need the eye to move. Okay.
Be careful with that. I'm not sure if that's what disables the eye.
No, disabling the eye is actually picking it up.
Oh, okay. So we just don't pick up the eye.
Ooh. Yeah, I read a note that literally said don't pick up the eye.
Okay, what do we do with this shiny bauble?
I don't know. I think that goes to one of the rooms.
Okay. Nope.
We have made no progress.
Oh, we have made a little progress. I'm moving the shiny bauble.
My internet keeps being
keeps
mean to me.
Oh no!
I felt that. I'm sorry, friend.
It's not letting you see our wondrous adventure of cleaning.
Okay, I think all of the areas and stuff are cleaned.
Kicking me off the stream. No! My friend! I love your company.
Watch out! Okay, I'm gonna try and grab the meat from the other side too.
And there's the treasure chest that needs to go somewhere. Oh god.
I'm assuming it needs to go. Oh, that's at me. Oh,
Careful!
I didn't know that was at me. Alright, I'm grabbing the chest. This game freezing on me is crazy. Alright, let's see. Maybe I gotta do something with my
So much meat
settings.
over here.
Let's see. Maybe I gotta do something with my settings. What do I need to do?
Come on. Okay, I'm at an angle where I can yeet the meat out the door at least.
My quality is at low.
Here. Why are you so low quality, my dude?
It was already on low quality. Alright, you say you chucking the meat? Oop.
Yep. This is a cooperative assignment. I'll chuck the meat down. You grab it and mimic it.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna die.
Oh god, okay.
Or not, I'm goated. I
Or
am
not,
goated.
I'm goated.
I am the fucking best. Oh my god.
She said, or not, I'm goated.
Yeah, I fucking avoided its death beam. It was
There it goes.
actively trying to murder me.
Okay.
Death? Nah. I said not today.
It's like, I'm already in hell. I'm not trying to go deeper.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to
You
meet
ain't getting
Dante.
me today.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're done with that area.
Not until we get the blood up.
Oh, Jesus. But I meant past that. We're pretty much done with that area.
Yeah, we should be good without the fucking eye.
Okay. Scared the shit out of me. Okay.
Now we explore this way.
Alright, watch out. There's a trap here, too.
Crap.
Yeah, there's a little pressure play. And then don't put the key in there. I think that's to the necromancer.
Oh.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Well,
Get this meat out here first.
these hungry, hungry boys. These mimics eat well.
What are you crying about? Oh my god, you almost died.
Here. Dark explored cooking class. I found another book. Hey. The slime is a little particular about where it decides to actually...
Yeah. At least this game isn't timing us. That would have killed me.
Yeah, I hate casual cleaning games if they decide to pull.
Wait, what's the
That just
symbol
kills
on
my
here?
fun.
No, okay.
Okay, this is the forbidden section.
Is there anything bad in the forbidden? Oh, the necromancer.
Necromancer is in the forbidden section. Oh.
Oh, then no, I'm seeing what's in that goddamn room.
Yeah, see what's in the door. Oh, but the chest goes here. Oh, and I think I found the symbol for the book that we need.
Oh.
Oh. Almost died.
Hey, yo, we ain't done at the occult studio.
No, we ain't. But I found the book.
When I said we ain't done, ooh, you should check this out. I'm gonna start working this room.
Oh, it's not. It's not a cult studio. Silence room.
Oh, thank God. Wait, are we not done in here then?
No, we ain't.
What are we missing in here? Restore
bloodstains
objects.
and some organic remains. Reviving
Oh.
monsters. Bizarre. It's probably if we take the items that don't belong here out.
I want to see
Blah.
something.
Probably here, I would. This book, probably. Here, I bet.
I found it. I found the bloodstain. I found a bloodstain. I'm gonna clean it.
Clean that shit!
Alright, it has been cleaned. Okay, I'm gonna try to find the remain too. There's still one more.
What?
I'm gonna do a scan.
Is it the books? Is it the flying books we brought in here? I think you're supposed to like.
Oh, we left one of them next to the. We left one of the remains next to the eye.
Oh dear.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Okay.
I got it. Oh, God, take it.
Ah.
All right. Now, I don't know what it means by revive monsters, though.
I don't either.
Okay, then we're just gonna come back. We're gonna come back.
Don't jump and don't run. That's how you survive the necromancer.
Is that what it says?
It just says don't jump, don't run.
Okay, you're in the forbidden section.
I am in the forbidden section.
Okay.
There is a note, and it said, do not jump, do not run, or the necromancer get you.
Okay. Okay, I'm working the silent room. Yeah, I'm gonna work in the silent room real quick.
Or thing. Don't jump, don't run is how to survive the necromancer.
This is terrible.
Flying book, sir.
Yeah, let's not turn that on.
Oh, okay. The thing is, you don't wake the necromancer. He's napping. Okay, okay. You put the flying books on his book. They're not supposed to be flying.
Oh,
So
I found
just walk.
Okay, so you need the books.
Yeah, I need the book.
Okay, I'm gonna put the books out into the hallway then. I found another book that I thought went to the first room, but it seems like you put them in the
Let's go in library.
Okay.
I almost hit shift. Oh god. Oh no no.
Oh no 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 no.
No, I do not wish to die. Or lose us our challenge.
Alright. I think you could die, but I don't think you should get hit.
Yeah. If I die by anything except the necromancer, I'm fine. Doesn't matter. What matters is the necromancer does not hit. Which means if I have to, I will rush onto a spike for the necromancer. Okay.
Oh, I need that book. Oh no, I
Carefully.
need that book.
What book?
The one that has the skull on it. I'm going back to the library because I tossed it in there. Oh no, did you pick it up?
Maybe?
Oh dear.
Would you?
Hello.
Don't sprint, don't jump.
Yep.
Do either of those, we are full. Don't know how to make.
I'm just
Fresh
looking for a
slime.
book. I'm just looking for a book that has a skull on it. That's all I'm looking for.
On the bright side, we fully cleaned the occult studio.
Yep, we sure did. Okay.
Which means if we ever have to go back that way, we can disable the laser eye.
That is true.
No, I need to give you magic.
Okay, I just need that book. Oh,
Keep walking. Keep walking. You're looking for the book, go find the book. I'll handle this area. Don't worry.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any free books anymore. I've already used them.
What? That can't be right.
It would need to be in a different area. Beautiful.
Well, I brought that book from a different area.
Then, I don't know. Go find it.
That's why
Find
I'm
another.
here. Okay, I will go back.
And I don't think there's a free one over here.
I'll go back. I'll go back. I'll go back. Maybe I'm missing another book in a different area. Okay. Or maybe there's another book in a different area, because I did get that book from that area.
If you see more flying books, please bring them here, because that's what we need to restore in order
I think you have
Bring
all
up-
of the flying books.
I do not. Otherwise, we'd have the achievement.
I can look back. Was there another one? Maybe there's one in my room.
That's what I was saying.
I know, I was just being cautious.
Ow.
I don't want to go on that side. I really don't. Oh, that's a crank. Place 3 gold items in this chest and close it. Oh. Remember that glittery thingy?
Hey, man, I saved you the trouble.
What?
I made your bridge.
Oh, thank you. You remember that that thing we were trying to figure out where it goes to, the little jug?
Ah, in there.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay, the golden thing is near me.
Okay, I will be.
Oh, dear
there
God.
momentarily. Yeah, I wouldn't turn that on just yet.
I was just doing a little check.
Okay. Alright.
Ah, I found one.
Okay.
Which means there should just be one more after that. We don't have to worry so much if the necromancer wakes up. Oh,
Yeah.
you'd think he wouldn't be so fucking uptight when we're the ones who clean up his shit.
I don't think this is his house. I think he's a roommate.
What are you doing here?
I'm like 90% sure he's a roommate. Okay.
Fucking roommate.
Oh, I'm glad I picked that bitch up, because ooh wee.
Yep. One more flying book.
Alright. Okay, I was like, I did not want to do the thing that I was clicking. I did not mean to do the thing that I was clicking.
Your golden trinket is outside the forbidden zone.
Big bad.
I need a treasure chest to find one.
Yeah, I like the. Oh, like okay, gotcha. I will continue looking.
Oh.
'Cause I need to do that too. God. It's stuttering on me is crazy.
Oh no.
Alright, I can do that.
Oh, I found a book with a skull on it.
Nice, we need it for the, I need it in here, actually.
Yep, I put it outside the forbidden section with the sparkly thing.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Do you need a spear over there by chance?
I don't think.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
It's fun with extra people.
You said what?
These kind of cleaning games are really fun with more.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm upset that that missed. I'm upset because now I have to go back. Oh well. I think I need a barrel too.
I need a bench.
A small bench or long bench?
Well, one is a stool.
You're right.
I got slime while I was over there. More.
Mink. Alright. Might as well just get a new one. Here you go. Excuse me? Okay.
Good?
Yeah, I gave the slime, or I fed the mimic the slime, and then it just gave me a new one. Alright, now I don't have to go back here. I do have the stool. Exactly what I needed here. Now what I could do is make things easier. Alright.
There's a tripwire. Oh, the tripwire goes. I found where the spears go.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
they go up the stairs.
Okay, I'll deal with that in a second. Yeah, I will deal with that in a second. I have way too many fucking meats over here.
Much meat.
A lot of meat. And it's not even mine. Man, I still gotta clean that area too. This is a long area. This is a very long mission. I didn't realize how long this was. The last one wasn't even that long. I don't think we need a crank anywhere, do we? Really? Really? Mimic! Thank you.
Found another gold thingy.
Nice. We need that over here. And then we will be done with this area.
Found my other book.
Okay. Oh! I'm so dumb. Where was that crank at? I think the crank was in... Where was that crank, actually? Didn't you have a crank? No, I doubt it was down there.
Over there.
Maybe it was in the forbidden section.
Oh, I found where a key needs to go.
Okay, bet. Am I bugging out?
Maybe.
Oh. Wait, didn't you say you needed a chest?
Yeah, I found one.
Oh, well, keep that over there, because I just found a chest in the...
No, wait. No, you're where I've needed it. That is the chest.
Oh, okay.
You're actively holding it.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, I'm upstairs.
Okay.
Hi.
You could see me?
Yeah, I'm upstairs. Go out of the room.
Oh, I see you. I
Okay,
see you.
stay right there. Stay right
Okay.
there. Stay right there.
Okay.
Get in my hand. Ready?
It's on your left. You might have to bring that one down. You scared me.
There we go.
One more.
All flying book. Ah, I forgot we.
Wait, no, that's not all the flying books.
Yeah, that's all the flying books.
Why does it not? The achievement's not done.
Yes, it is.
Bro, it still tells me all. We still need to do it.
Well, then your thing is fucked. Mine is completed.
Okay, well. Don't get eaten.
Don't get eaten.
Can't promise that. I have died the least amount of times in this game so far. Oh, of course. Well, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
You mean what's right with me? I'm goated at the game. Oh, do I need to bring it back over here? I probably do. Alright, I'm putting it right back where it was before. No, what's wrong with you? Can't. But she's
Can't
right
promise.
there.
I'm dumb.
Whoop. Why do you put it on the floor?
Because I'm dumb!
Oh my god, you got, I think you killed me.
No, I didn't. You tripped the
Oh
tripwire.
shit, I did trip the tripwire. You're right, you're right, you're right. You happy I died?
I told you about the tripwire.
I forgot about the tripwire. I 100% forgot about the tripwire. Is the tripwire still there? Ah, yes, it is still there. I see. Okay. I forgot about the tripwire. That was also like probably 10 minutes ago. In my defense, it was so very long ago. Oh my god, and the game keeps stuttering. It's crazy that this game is the one that stutters.
Well,
Oh!
this second. Drop it right.
Give me a new slime. Give me a new slime. Slime. Yes. Yes. We. Oh, there's still meat here. We. Whoopsie. Wrong direction. Oh, I see.
Air.
What did it shoot me with?
Sword.
Alright, I'm
Alright,
lurking.
I'm lurking.
Bet.
Enjoy your lurking.
Okay, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's the last golden. We gotta do that real quick so we can be done with that area.
You go.
Thank you, random person. I don't know. Yeah.
I invite. Friend.
Duncan. Oh, wait. Dunked it. Boom.
A bone.
The door is now closed. New friend?
I am old friend.
Old friend. Yeah, well, how long did I have known you for?
Years.
Huh?
Fucking years.
Yeah. Ask Leon about how friendly I am.
How friendly is Hi Pie?
I don't know. They kind of roasted me last time we played, so I don't remember. I don't remember. I might need a refresher.
Damn.
I'll just put the last one in there. Yeah, you did put the last one in there. Okay. Dot 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 dot.
Rip. Ripperonis and cheese.
I'm not helping you with D&D maps again.
Wolf.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was also years ago. Where the fuck are we?
This is above the forbidden section. Arrow is
Oh,
waving down
shit.
at you from.
Don't like that. So we're missing a
Apparently,
chair.
what? The key. We need the key. Go get the key. I don't know what you did with it.
I put it in the door.
Yeah. And then what do you do with it?
Nothing. Oh, it's probably still in the same spot again.
Go get it.
I'm going.
What the fuck? Huh? What?
Huh?
Burritos appeared next to me. When did I get burritos?
I don't know. As it stutters, okay. It was like one of the things is gonna happen. I die or I live. I had to think about it. Yeah, those D&D maps was like years ago. That was like when I was living at the apartment. I'm assuming that the key would still be here. Where's the key? Oh, I could take that bitch out? That's crazy. It was still in the door. Alright, I'm going back. I didn't know that bitch stays in the door. That's crazy.
Your mana.
What?
You're missing. Restore one object in the forbidden section, and then we done.
Is that it? That can't be it.
Yeah. Let's let that key back and we're good.
He is good. Oh. There goes key. Key's restored.
And we are 100% completed.
Alright.
Can't leave it. Yeah, you can't leave with the slime on the mop. But I got an achievement for trying to leave with the slime on the mop.
Ooh, I heard that. Oh. Oh, you just left without me. I was still going.
Wait, traps, one left. What happened?
I didn't get a chance to reset the trap. There was a trap that was outside. I was heading towards there because I thought we both had to leave together, but you left me.
Well, Mimic is always open when carried. You are immune to mimics. I might take that.
Immune to mimics.
I will be immune to mimics.
You are the mimic whisperer.
I whisper. Talk to you about your car's extension.
Oh my god, you said that, but I thought it was this wizard here. Like the guy that's doing the runes. I thought he would just like, I came to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. And I was like, excuse me?
Schools? Schoolsy?
Fragile objects do not break.
We've not encountered fragile objects yet.
I think that scares me a little bit. Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna encounter them at some point. Don't know when.
All right, what we thinking? We gonna continue, or we switching again to the third game?
How much? Continue.
Huh?
I'm fine to continue. I'm having fun, but I got some burrito.
Okay, bet. My dumbass almost said, "Wait, you're leaving soon," and then I was like, "No, wait, you got pushed back."
Did get pushed back. Let me check. So, probably not going to happen. Those are the current pictures of her room. Okay, so seems like no.
Okay, so you're free.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm good until... Well, shoot. Maybe I should figure out that, actually.
Figure out when you're going to be whisked away.
Yeah. I think I want to do some... I gotta do some more chores. And then I gotta, And then I got to, My mom is picking me and Megan up to go out to eat. Mm.
God.
See, now I'm scared to look at my thing. Hold on.
Figure out what time.
Huh?
Figure out when you gotta go.
Megan, we still doing chores? Or are we just chilling until mom comes? Chilling? Okay. Then yeah. So we're probably good until mom picks me up at 3 or 4. Actually, let me call her and see what time. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Well, give me a chance to eat some burritos. Burritos. Still don't know when these burritos first appeared. Num num num.
And you want to do later?
Cause D&D later.
Alright.
Alright, I got pushed back 2.
Yeah.
My mom's not coming over until 5. 4:30, close to 5.
What time is it now?
It is 15 minutes to 1. So yeah, that'd be up to you if we gonna continue or we gonna switch to wizard. I guess it really doesn't matter.
Oh, we're fortunate is.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to check on that too. Let's shoot him I'm gonna shoot him a message in the little smaller chat. Be like, yo. Okay. I sent him a message so we can do another one.
Okay.
I looked at my phone for the first time and I had my stuff set to do not disturb. So I had like a mountain of messages from people saying happy birthday.
Oh.
So I do appreciate
Kill the
it.
skeletons in iron sewers with a fire slime, and wipe all blood in wailing chambers with a fire slime.
Well, I hated that. Oh, but this hurts me.
Freeze it.
One second.
Oh, look.
We'll just play my vibe. I like my vibe playlist. Alright.
Oh, we just
ready.
use fire.
Which? This direction. Yep, because that's where the teleporter is. Okay.
I'm just finishing up the last of my burrito real quick.
Okay. Well. First things first, we need to figure out how to make a fire slime.
Stick a slime in a fire?
That is true. Ow!
Did that actually hurt you?
Yes, that did.
Oh, damn.
Okay, we can't clean. It looks like we can't clean up this area until we open the gates.
Yeah.
I hate
Burritos,
everything in
love.
here, bro.
When did you deliver them? Okay. Alright. Alright, let's figure this out. Heck. How do we make fire? Oh, there's a fire over here.
Okay.
Yeah! You just stick the slime in the fire.
Okay, I tried to do it with the candles. It didn't work.
There's a big old fire over here. Here you go.
Over where?
Leon, I'm next to the slime machine.
Oh, next to the slime machine.
This way. There's a big old fire. You just hold the give button.
Ah,
Over the
I see.
fire. And this is also the whaling chambers where we need to clean up the blood with fire. Oh! I died.
How'd you die?
Don't even know.
Alright, 11 more.
I'll start bringing the meat, because the meat is the thing that's gonna make more weight. Oh my god, you can cook the meat! Mate,
Okay,
you
that's
can
cool.
cook the meat. Now, it's only in the whaling chambers where we have to do this with a fire slime.
Yep.
And then kill skeletons with a fire slime, the iron sword. So I'm just gonna drop the meat, cell block, and fucking forget about it.
Oh. Oh, that's the iron sewers. Okay, I'm glad that doesn't count. Alright, this needs a key as well.
You almost mess up. Ah! Dying to a trap.
Words to me, she sings these words to me. Darn it.
Drunk.
I was trying not to drop the meat because I found a thing, and I still dropped it and spilled.
Yeah. On the bright side, the fire slime is very efficient.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Be careful, that's where I keep dying.
It is really efficient.
Yeah! Fire slimes are the way. I'm gonna get all the meat out of here.
Where? Is this just golden meat?
What? No. Fire slime. Oh yeah, I'm immune. Forgot.
What the heck was that?
Leveled up.
Sounded different. What did I die to?
Died to the mimic
How?
because I picked it up.
Oh my god, virus.
Look, since I'm immune to it, I can just carry it around and eat all the meat. No, just be careful.
I see, I just need to be careful around you.
Yeah, basically. Are you
Okay.
surprised? I'm not.
Alright, virus, I got another one for you.
Ah, danger.
Leon, they have told you to go to the balcony, and I have no idea where the balcony is. You know what they talked about?
What are you doing? Oh. Oh, you're playing that.
Oh, these are the iron sewers, isn't it?
Um.
And this
I would assume they meant the balcony of the,
Sounds like somewhere in the resort.
Oh, there's a lot of meat over here. Oh! Oh!
Where's the meat?
There's on some of the things over here. Yeah, on top of some of these torture
Dude?
things.
Please be careful.
I'm assuming it's the balcony of the villa. That's where that belongs. It's been a while since I played that game. I think the last time I played that game was like at the apartments. No.
Fire slime is so fucking efficient.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for fire slimes now. Wait a minute, going the wrong way. Yeah, I don't
Why
remember
worry
the
about
last one.
water slime when fire slime's so good?
There's a possibility we don't get access to fire slime. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. This
probably
needs a
not.
key.
Probably won't get it in every level. Levels where we figure we can have.
Ah. Ooh.
Whoa! Okay, yeah. Skeleton's aggro.
Where the fuck is the skeleton?
Well, I unlocked doors, and some of them are skeletons.
Oh.
Suppose we kill them with a fire slime.
That's the one downstairs.
Kill these too? Or are we supposed to? This is gonna be unfortunate. We have to fix them, but they also kill us.
Are we still in cell block? Jesus. Okay. The skipping is crazy.
Is it getting too bad?
Huh?
Is it getting bad?
It's not getting bad, but it's so annoying. Maybe I could do something to stop that. I don't know. Nah, I'm just gonna go back to the fire. Yeah, the fire is best.
Fire slime, best slime.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. I do want to play Pocopia. I might if I switch games. Well, I guess it depends. Poca. Interesting. I'm upset. I'm upset. I smacked him and he smacked me back. Alright. Yeah. See in the way that I walk. I gotta talk. But tell them, I just wanna play when I build myself a playground. You know what they say, yeah, it ain't really safe, friend. I've been feeling like a playhouse. Going back to the bed to our legs, wanna build myself a playground. You know what they say, man. On the good day, I've been feeling like a playhouse. Wanna play to the bed to our legs, man. Okay, you just can't stand close to him. That's all that it is.
Yeah, I gotta give them their space. Need their space.
Alright, going back to that first room. I do want to try the Pocopia multiplayer. I haven't tried it yet. You get to see my island, what I got so far. If you want to see. When I popped off, baby, don't give me just a little bit of lockjaw.
Wonder.
No, he from the Canada. What's this way? Nothing. Great. What's upstairs? A chair. Oh, which goes up here.
For food and for shopping, hanging out, talk to you later, bye.
I'm
I will
glad
talk
you
to
enjoyed
later.
it.
Having food. Join more.
Oh. Nice! Free kill! Whoopsie. I killed a skeleton.
Ellie.
Oh, I needed this chair for the first area. Always run like that. Ooh! Missing a leg. Alright.
Found a leg.
I think that's the one that I have. Let me know if it works or not.
It worked.
It worked?
It worked.
Great.
Oh, Anna. Anna around here.
Okay.
iron sewers where we must kill skeletons.
Are you
only.
behind me?
Guess so.
I stepped in it twice. Oh. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Let's try this again. Because I found the lever. I found the lever to the upstairs.
Oh. Welcome
And
back.
back. Hey, Fortunate. Okay, then we can finish. We gotta finish this one, and then we could go pick up Fortunate.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna hunt down that skeleton. That's why I'm down there, too.
Finding skellies.
Yeah, I was finding the skeleton, and I didn't think that... well, now I have another objective. Get the lever.
Fever.
Still don't have the PC. What's wrong with your PC now?
Yeah, honestly, what? What's
Like,
going on,
dude, it's
man?
been almost a week.
Something's going on.
No, that's not to the one I need. I don't care about nothing now. Wait, is there a different iron sewers?
Oh no. Ordered.
Guess it took a
supply,
bit.
guess yeah. Oh.
Might be the motherboard otherwise. Ooh, that's terrible. Stay hydrated, you right. Did you figure it out, Megan?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll drink to that. Oh, God. Ugh. Okay. There might be two. Ah, there's two iron sewers.
Dang.
Wait, no, this is the same sewer.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there's two ways to get to the sewers.
Ah. Interesting.
Okay, let's see. What is fogging away? Okay. There's a lot of meat down there.
Uh-huh. I think I'm just gonna...
Alright, I want to go back and check that top area.
Yeah.
This way, yeah. I was like, which way do they go? I don't know if we need another chair. Up
If
here,
that's
I
not
mean-
where it's supposed to go, then we need it.
Yeah. No, I meant upstairs though. I was talking about upstairs.
I ain't found any place we're supposed to put stuff down. Just stuff we need to get out.
So I think there's a lever that we need to find. And then once we find that lever, we can get to that room that probably it's at. So I'm out looking for a lever to open that door. Of course I do that.
I'll need a key, too.
Where'd you put the chest? The mimic?
Told you I was taking it down to the sewers.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Eat as much as the meat as I could find.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, watch it, man. Watch it. I got a mimic, and I'm not afraid to use it.
I just was heading downstairs. I didn't know you were bringing it back up.
Found another leg.
Oh, I need that. What's like the markers too? Oh, you ate all of the meat down here, huh?
Much as I could find.
Okay.
What the? Ow. And now there's more meat down there.
Alright.
Lever on the map. Damn.
Where's the meat? Ooh.
That's not a lever, that's...
Oh, I found the meat. I think. Nope, I found your meat. I'll put them all together so you can eat them all at once.
And to find the damn key for the lever.
Okay.
One of them.
One of what?
The lever or the key. Something.
No, that's still to the iron. It's still to the sewers.
Oh, if you press and hold Q, you bring up a scan.
Yeah. I forgot there were more parts here.
very stuck.
Virus, I found the lever.
Found the lever.
It's upstairs.
Ah,
I'm so upset.
oh my god.
Okay, let's see. Are we done with these skeletons? I'm missing the arms and the leg. It's in the first area we were at. There's a bee stuck in I was down but never I was down but now I'm about to love my Lazarus. Mad at this. Mad at this.
Let me know what's behind the dang lever.
1 second. I had to go back downstairs. Oh, not that one. Oh, well, could be this one. I was down, but now I'm up. I used to be stuck in the mud. I was down, but now I'm I was down, but now I'm. Okay, I was like, why won't you pick up?
Oh, lever yet or what?
I just got here. Ah! I do see the skeleton.
An arm.
No, that's not him.
Dude, said you needed an arm.
Yeah, I don't know which arm I needed. I don't know which arm I need.
I don't think they matter.
No, it actually does. No, it actually does.
Ah.
It big does. I tried it. I've been putting the skeletons together. It does matter. Alicia, I know how to put a skeleton together. What the fuck tried to eat me? Now, this one is the right one, I will admit. This one needs a head, a chest, and both legs. Yeah, the appendages actually matter, which I don't like.
Making it extra, I know.
Did you say something?
Said making it extra annoying.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
Hi, baby.
Are you going to sleep?
Listen.
The moment I see you take off your glasses, it's like, ow, sleep time.
You're not supposed to see.
Uh-huh.
You're just like,
Mind
text the
business.
Mind my business. You hear that, folks? She told me to mind my business.
On your birthday, no less.
On my birthday. On the day of my birth.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yes.
You were not born today.
I was born at night, but it sure wasn't last night.
Well, I don't know about that either.
Wow. Now this one's just missing both of his legs. Huh?
I said could have fooled me.
Wow. Cause you and I meet again for a while. Did you find the skeleton?
I'm just collecting the pieces that are in the thing and bringing it so we don't have to wander around.
I very much appreciate that.
Oh, did you pick up a book?
I did.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaving.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh my god, I found the key!
Nice. Alright, one more leg. Are you putting the key up there too?
I'm bringing the key to the door so we can unlock the door, then we can put the key away.
Bet.
Ah, golden chest.
This one is missing a leg. It's missing its left leg.
Wonderful. That's the last of the Wailing Chambers area.
Do you think they'll get 50
Some of the irons?
Huh?
Sure.
Do you think they'll get 50% off shoes?
Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing what else is downstairs since we...
Area that it has more skeletons. Oh god, one of the skeletons is out. How do I kill it with... Used fire slime on it, but I don't know if it still killed it.
Where is it?
Where the locked door was.
I didn't know there was a locked door.
Bro.
Oh, the locked door upstairs.
Yeah!
I thought we needed to be in the iron.
Ah, fuck.
I forgot. I keep forgetting.
How do you
'cause
kill the
it's
skeleton?
underwater. I keep forgetting because it's underwater. Alright, now I gotta go get the goddamn thing again.
Do I have to clean the skeleton? Fire slime? It lunges, so maybe I dodge its lunge. Bitch. Okay. Ah! Leon, I really need your help with this.
Oh,
Cause he's just free roaming, and it's gonna make a mess everywhere.
yeah, it's in the sewers.
Yeah. So I really need your help with figuring out how to
Oh,
kill this thing.
oh yeah,
It's
I just
fire
need to
slime.
reload. I just need to reload. Oh, I just need to reload. It's still
He's
chasing
in the
me?
sewers now?
I thought it was still chasing me. I was trying to...
Fuck did he go?
I don't know. It might still be chasing me.
Can you turn around and look?
Yeah, I did. I
Oh,
didn't
I
see
see him.
him.
I see him. Yeah, he's in the sewers.
Okay. I'm coming back down. I'm coming back down.
Okay. Come on, buddy. Come on.
I'm right behind you.
Oh my god! He's down on the ground. It should not kill me. Make a lot of mess.
Hey, yo, buddy. It says kill him with the... I don't understand.
Dodge.
Oh, God. He jumped so fucking far.
We might want to get out of the water because it might put out our fires.
Yeah, mine's is out.
Yeah, go get another fire.
Okay. Wait! Oh my god, what if it doesn't need to be in the... You gave me an idea. You gave me an idea.
What idea? You need to communicate.
What if we don't need to put it on the stick and we just need to pick it up with, like, in general with our hands?
Well, first we do need to stick it so we can light it on fire.
Yeah. Oh, yes!
And we failed because the skeleton got killed by a trap.
I thought of my idea way too late.
Yup.
Oh, yeah, because it makes a grenade. Oh.
What?
When you toss the flame spider, when you toss it, it blows up as an explosion.
Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Ah. Now we have to clean up all that mess.
Yep.
Blame you.
Why me?
I was trying to deal with the thing and you took forever to come to help me.
I was getting another slime. Oh, so
No,
you
we were
shouldn't
supposed to
kill the
skelly
skeleton.
with a fire. Very specifically, slime. So by killing it without a slime, failed the challenge. Just spray the damn. Dude.
Go ahead. There's also another thing down there for it to eat. I guess I could take your leg. I don't remember which leg it is.
All that work. All that work and it got fucked at the end.
64. Alright, well... Actually, I shouldn't go that way.
Hey, as long as we don't die, that's all the organic remains.
Yep. Alright, it seems like we just got a thing in the chest.
And you gotta rebuild another skeleton.
A little bit. A little bit turned around. Where exactly am I? Excuse me? Oh, because I'm walking on the... I'm walking on the blade. I didn't like that.
Bye.
Level up. Okay, this one. Alright. Oh, I see where the skeleton needs to be built at.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Ooh.
Ow.
Ah.
Wait. That bench needs to go up there. In one of the rooms.
Upstairs?
I
didn't
saw the
see.
slot where it needs to go. Speak with such doubt.
I see the barrel.
Go into each of the rooms. Look behind it.
Oh! I thought I put one in here.
Doubt me.
I thought I put one in here.
Yeah, we need the big table that's in there as well as the axe. So.
Okay, I know. Oh god, it froze on me. There it goes. Oh. Okay, I got a big table.
Yeah, both of those go into the first room.
Of course.
Come on, Mimic. Go on an adventure.
Yes. Alright, I'm pretty sure this goes... Oh my god, did I get it stuck on the ceiling? Okay. Okay. Of course. You wouldn't believe it. I got it stuck.
What?
I got it stuck on the ceiling.
What?
The table.
Leon!
Alright, no, I got it out. Where the fuck do
Okay.
I go? Hold on.
The very first room.
I know, I'm trying to figure out which direction is the first room. It's not that way. I think it's this way, is it not? Okay, I was right. Okay. Hello.
Now we gotta bring the fucking skeleton body parts.
Not
Have a leg.
upstairs. Not upstairs.
They go.
Just making
Beyond?
sure. What?
Where do they go then?
Not upstairs. Cause they're finished
Already built a
upstairs.
skeleton up there?
There might not in the first room. I mean, there might be some in the in one of the other rooms, but not this room.
It is upstairs, Leon.
Not in that first area.
No, the upstairs that's behind the locked door.
Oh, that's what I meant. My bad. I keep forgetting there is, in general, another upstairs.
Gonna drive. Alright.
I'm gonna drive you crazy.
I was.
You're already crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. What you love.
Okay. Oh, you already took the key. You already put up the key.
Everything is done except for the skeleton.
What is the other pieces? Is it downstairs? Or in the sewers?
So, you know that section where the two swinging axes
Where the what
leads
is?
to a fire?
Oh, yeah.
Right there, by the fire.
Bet. I'm going back. Let's go.
on. Sure that didn't harm us.
Am
So,
I bugging out?
there.
What the fuck is that down there?
No.
Oh.
Hello.
Why is it showing me here? Okay.
Just follow me.
You...
Leon!
No, you stepped on the trap! I jumped over it!
I walked around the trap.
You stepped on the trap! I watched you!
No, I didn't, because when you died, I was already putting the fucking rib cage back in the skeleton.
Bro, on my screen, you were already ahead of me, and you stepped on the trap that was
Leon,
on the
I am
other
going
side.
to do a violence to you. You try to blame me for that stupid ass trap.
I jumped over it, I swear!
You hit the trap because I was already putting the thing skeleton. What is the fucking mimic?
You took the mimic.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I took
Mario said, I'm going to commit violence.
going to commit a violence.
Did you just trigger the trap again?
Yeah, and I recognized the sound and did not step on it. Like you. Leon?
Yes. What?
Finish the skeleton!
Ah!
Commit.
How are you so fast?
No, maybe it's my fucking runes that I actually put
You're
on myself.
so fucking fast.
Did you remember to put your runes on?
No.
That's why. Some of my runes boost my speed.
Yeah, you're fast as fuck, boy.
Okay.
I was scared to pick the speed one, and like I run into a trap faster.
Well, that seems like a skill issue more than anything else.
Well, I also keep
Oh.
freezing every once in a while. I think I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way.
How did you go the wrong way?
I went right instead of left.
The dungeon doesn't change its layout,
I
man.
know it doesn't. I'm just an idiot. It's fine. I'm here. I think. Okay. I was like, take your arm. All right, now we can go home. Ooh, okay, I almost died there. For once, I think someone is more directionally challenged than you.
Real. Leon. And because of Leon, we didn't kill the skeleton.
No, that wasn't my fault!
It was your fault.
That was definitely my fault. I had to get a new slide because I had died prior.
Your fault.
Ah!
I
Dang
think we
it.
need to take a break, otherwise I'm gonna rip your head off. A violence will be committed.
A violence will be committed. Okay, fine. We'll take a break. We're taking a break on this one. Alright, well,
I
we're doing
think
a different
I-
one, or are you just
It's
chilling?
been a nice 4-hour stream, though.
Oh, you done?
I think I'm done.
Okay. Alright, well, with that being said, we're done. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks for those who did show up. Thanks for those who didn't show up. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch some stuff on TikTok. We'll join the Discord for other games or suggestions. But other than that, y'all have a good night, guys.